Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jim and you're watching another episode of Jimmy in the Wild. This video is the first in a series of 3 videos shot during a backcountry hiking and fishing trip. Before we get started, please smash that big red subscribe button. You'll definitely want to find your way back to the channel to watch the exciting future content coming up. Also, be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. So this hiking and fishing trip was definitely one to remember. There were a total of 14 of us that hiked back to our base camp at Spruce Lake. We hauled what we would need for several days, back about 4 miles plus about a 1,400-foot elevation gain. Spruce Lake is a very scenic natural lake in the Popo Agie Wilderness Area above Lander, Wyoming. It sits at an elevation of about 10,200 feet and the views are just amazing. The trail to Spruce Lake starts out from the back end of Worthen Meadow Reservoir. One thing to note, the trail gets pretty hard to identify the further you go back into the wilderness area. In fact, there are quite a few places where it's easy to lose the trail, which could get you lost. Luckily, the group that my cousin Mike and I went with knew the trail very well. The creek that enters and exits the lake is called Roaring Fork Creek. The fishing in the creeks and lakes this far back into the wilderness is just out of this world. It's fast-paced and sometimes you find a spot where you catch fish with just about every cast. But finding really big fish is a challenge since most of the creeks and lakes have a limited food supply for the huge number of fish that occupy them. This particular video focuses on getting to Spruce Lake and then fishing Spruce Lake and the creek that enters and exits the lake. The next 2 videos in the series highlight more fishing and hiking activities beyond Spruce Lake further into the wilderness area.
Sign me in, Patrick!
Okay. Well, thank you.
You know everyone's name?
About that one person. How many? 15?
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have the 2 groups so we're not illegal.
Okay.
We have a dog. Dog adds that one back, I guess.
There you go. That's important. Our adventure to the camp starts now. We're going to Spruce Lake?
Yep.
Spruce Lake. Hey everyone, Jim here. We're up in the mountains today. We are hiking and we are camping with a big group of guys. Really awesome. 5 miles back in the Popo Agie Wilderness. Kind of got a spread out camp. Here's our tent. It's pretty comfy on the inside. We have sleeping pads, nice big thick bags. It's gonna get pretty cold tonight. I'm just getting ready to go down to the lake and do some fishing. The little lake we're by is called Spruce Lake. It's about 4 miles back. 1,200-foot elevation change from the trailhead. I'm gonna use my one of my favorite reels. It's a Shimano. It's a Sahara. It's one of the more expensive models, but they're really all about the same except for the spool. Maybe they got a little bit extra going on in the gearbox. I really like the rear drag. It frees up the front of the spool, and you can take this thing on and off and change out line. For bait, I'm just going to start with a Panther. It's one of my favorite things. I use one of these number 6 golds. It's got a feather on it, a little bit of a hackle. There's some really big grayling in the creek. I don't know if they'll take this, but we do have some smaller flies. We're fishing on this really nice creek. I believe this is called the Roaring Fork Creek. Pretty sure that's what it is. Roaring Fork Creek comes out of a beautiful lake. The lake is just awesome. We'll get a better shot of it in a little bit. It's called Spruce Lake. This creek is just completely filled with fish. All right, we're gonna make a cast right in the middle of that pool in front of us. We got one. Nice fatty. Big old fat brookie. Looks like he might be 9 inches. No, maybe a little smaller. He is a beautiful fish. It's a male. Look at that guy. Super skinny, living in the creek. It's not a lot of food. Not worth taking to eat this guy. So there he is. Just a really nice fish. So pretty. Back in the water, buddy. Gotta get him back in the water as fast as possible.
And you gotta watch for all the holes around here. Lots of holes to fall into. Ugh. We gotta watch for bears though. Should have brought my 44. Left it at camp. Doesn't do me any good there, does it? We do have bear spray though. It's a beautiful piece of creek. Just gotta find bigger pools where we find the fish. I was thinking we're gonna go walk down along the creek down there. So we're gonna cross right here. Got some stepping stones, get up on that big guy. And the trail's right on the other side. Nope, didn't want it. Spooked him pretty good. So I've tied a little fly. It's actually a pretty good sized fly. Bead head, bright red colors. I'm not even sure what it's called. The fish are not sophisticated back here. They'll pretty much take anything if you don't spook it. Let's see what we can catch with this guy. Well, we got a brookie. We got that dominant brookie that was in the hole. Oh, back in the water. That's good. Ooh, that's a big brookie. He's a little bit bigger. No, he's small. Can't believe how many brook trout are sitting in that little seam right there. This is a beautiful fish though. Look how dark he is. That fish, look how dark he is. Too small to eat, but he is pretty, so we're gonna put him back. Whew. Well, just another little skinny brook trout. Really skinny. Pretty though. Here we go. It's a female grayling. Here she is. Just a nice little female grayling. Little tiny one. We're gonna put her back in the creek and try to catch another fish. Let's see what we got in there. Big brookie. That's an impressive fish. Here we go, look at that guy. Goodness gracious, look at the colors on that fish. That is so beautiful. My goodness. I'd be ashamed to eat him. I think I'm gonna put him back in. We'll put him up here. Oh, there he is. There we go. Just put the hook in, pull the hook out, and there's a fish. Ooh, there we go. That's sizable. Oh no. It's not sizable. Just very aggressive. Very skinny. Another brookie. This one might be a female. A little female brookie this time. There she is. She's very pretty. Oh, back in the water she goes. There, wiggly. Whew. We're right about 10,200 feet. I haven't been up this high for quite a while. It's been about 2 years for me. So just walking on a flat surface really takes your breath away. I hold quite a pack up here this time too. My backpack weighed about, I'd say 85 to 90 pounds. Conservatively, maybe a little more. Oh, there we go, got him. What is he? He's a little bit bigger than what we were catching in the creek. He's nice, beautiful fish. These fish are so pretty, my goodness. He's right at 10 inches. So here he is. Got to be careful of their teeth. Their teeth are really good sized. So look at all those colors. Oh, into the dirty goes. Better get him back in the water. So we'll cast to our left. See if we can catch there. No response. Oh, there we got something. Another brookie. Looks like a female. Not quite as vivid as the males, but still fun to catch. Here she is. There's a nice little fat female brookie. She's been eating well.
After fishing the outlet side of the lake, my cousin Mike joined up with me and we headed to the inlet. It's a little tricky navigating all the potholes hidden by the brush, but we found our way to a really nice pool with too many fish to count.
Look at this pool up here, Mike. Just don't fall in any of these crazy holes. So we're a little above the lake. Oh, you get one? Nice. We're a little above the lake, fishing the creek that flows into Spruce Lake. There we go. Yep. There must be a million of them over here. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Just no. Yep. Just no food in this creek. Poor little guys. They're all starving. Look at that fish. Wow. That is a pretty fish. And again, we'll just have them chase it. And the first fish to it, we'll get it. Unless we spooked it. Oh, there we go. Almost. Yep, same here. Fish after fish. Gobs of these 6 and 7s. I see a few bigger ones out here, and I see a few of different colors. Oh, that one looks like a golden trout. He's small though. There's this little guy, maybe 5 inches. Put it back in there as quick as possible. Yeah, there's a lot of fish in here. Whew. Yep. You must have like a giant pocket of them over there, Mike. There's another fish. So pretty. Tiny though. Looking for something a little bit bigger.
After a while, we decided to head back to camp before we lost too much light. And of course, we fished the other side of the lake all the way back to camp.
Nice. A little bit chubbier. She's a good one. Oh, here's a nice female brookie. She might actually be 10-ish inches. But I'm gonna let her go. There she is. Oh, there we go. Out of nowhere, just a little guy.
You do it your way, I guess.
There's another nice brookie, male, about 7 inches.
In the corner.
There we go.
You hit that immediately.
Did.
That's bigger.
He's good. 8.5 9er. There he is, maybe 10-inch. Get him back in there. Yep, he's got the stripe on the side. Definitely a golden trout. Oh, almost got him. Definitely golden though, there's no doubt about it.
Just before we hit camp, we ran into Patrick and Brad on the way to go catch some fish in the lake. Patrick has an awesome podcast called Bradcast Outdoors. You should definitely go check it out.
Probably a couple dozen brookies at least. Biggest might be 10.
What are they hitting for a fly?
Oh.
Okay, cool. I cut a couple dozen brookies.
Yeah.
Once we got back to camp, we lit the campfire and cooked up some food. We decided to cook something called jerky stew. It's a simple, random, and unwritten recipe that's a little different every time we cook it. For this jerky stew recipe, we first boiled water and then we added a bunch of beef jerky to the water. This softens up the jerky and makes it nice and tender and chewable. The salt and spices in the jerky also help to add flavor to the stew. Once the jerky is done boiling, we add about a half pouch of instant mashed potatoes. The small single-serve pouches of instant mashed potatoes are a great alternative to the more expensive prepackaged meals. This time we added the loaded baked potato flavor. This too added some extra flavoring and smooth texture to the jerky stew. Then we added a bunch of fire roasted onions, mushrooms, and green beans. We fire roasted the veggies in an aluminum foil pouch on the edge of the fire. We also added spice to the veggies and a little water to prevent them from scorching. Once it was all mixed together and ready to go, we had a good hot stew that would help replenish all the energy we expended on our hike today.
And here's the turkey stew. Looks a little messy, but it is good. Onions, mushrooms, jerky, bacon bits, potatoes.
Well, that's it for this video. I'd appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. Also, please make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next 2 episodes in this video series. In one of the videos, we go to Leg Lake, which is another much more scenic, higher altitude lake. The third video also has some of the most epic fishing footage that has to be seen to be believed. Thank you for watching and see you again real soon.